Okay, back to political science class, session number 3. Okay, so in the morning sessions we discussed about the environmental problems that related with the development. Today, most of the developing countries, I mean underdeveloped countries, they are trying to achieve a development. But there's a problem. We already know that all these countries basically have to achieve this economical development. So the first thing all the countries will think, okay, to achieve this development is nothing but utilization of resources. Okay, that definitely will create environmental troubles or environmental problems. Here we are going to discuss about a famous personality. His name is Kensaro Viva. Kensaro Viva is from Nigeria. Nigeria. Okay, here in the morning session we discussed that if we find some treasure in our backyard, we will not allow any government or any other individual to take and enjoy that, or to vandalize our property, okay, or vandalize in our property. We will not allow that. So the same thing is here also related with an oil reserve in Nigeria. Oil reserve. Okay, here you can see oil had been found in the regions of Ogoni in Nigeria in the 1950s, which resulted in crude oil exploration. So oil, we know that, very costly, right? Crude oil, very costly. We are able to produce different petroleum products like petrol to coal tar, macadam. Number of different products are there. Even for petrochemical industries also are there, right? Okay, oil refineries are there, very costly. Most of the Middle East countries like Dubai, Saudi Arabian or Arabian countries all developed because of these oil reserves, right? Clear, their major export, it is oil. So in Nigeria also they find, what is that, a great resource, oil resource. So economic growth and big business created around it an entangled web of political introduce environmental problems and corruption. This prevented development of the very region where oil had been found. So what happened? The government interfered in that, multinational companies interfere in that, because everyone know that if oil is there, definitely the government is able to create money, okay, huge amounts. Okay, so number of these petroleum companies reached Nigeria, in which one prominent one, it is Shell, one prominent company, Shell company, okay, petroleum extracting company it is. Okay, so because of this particular incident, number of business industries started in the place called Ogoni. Okay, but this oil resource not created any economical development for the people in that region. No development for the people in that region. Okay, only the government or different groups of people or corporate companies, they utilize the resources. Clear, that lead to number of political troubles there, environmental problems, and even corruption, right? So petroleum refineries, we know that want to use number of different types of chemicals. All these chemicals will pollute the total atmosphere and the surrounding area. Okay, so that's what the base issue, that's what happened in Nigeria, in Ogoni. Okay, so a famous personality called Ken Saro Viva, and Ogoni by birth, he's an Ogoni by birth, he born in that particular region, was recognized as an author, journalist, and a television producer in 1980s. So this started in 1950s, okay, oil exploration, okay, or exploring oil. Now started in the year 1950, and Kensaro Vivo joined in this venture, okay, to protect these people in the year 1980s. 1980s. Kensaro Vivo joined in the venture means not to, explore petroleum, but to help the people from the problem of exploration. All right. Okay. In his work, he observed and reacted to the exploitation around him, and the oil and gas industry took riches from beneath the feet of the poor Ogoni farmers, and in return left the land polluted and the people disenfranchised. Okay, so what happened in Ogoni? These multinational companies, They started extracting these petroleum products beneath the feet of the local farmers. Okay, from their land, these companies started exploiting this oil reserves and gas, natural gas. Okay, and created a environment where people are unable to live. Okay, total pollution, people forced to move from their region to some other region, some other area. Okay, so Kensara Vivo led a non-violent struggle. So important with the Kensara Vivo is a Gandhian approach. He has a Gandhian approach, non-violent movement, movements. Okay, so Kensara Vivo led a non-violent struggle with the launch of the movement for the survival of the Ogoni people. Survival of the Ogoni people. MOSOP. Okay, the full form is their local language, and we want to understand it is the movement of the survival of the Ogoni people. Okay, movement of the survival of the Ogoni people. Clear? MOSOP. Clear or not? Okay, nothing difficult here. In 1919, an open grassroots community-based political movement, the movement was so effective that by 1993, the oil companies had to pull out of Ogoni. So they started various protest movements against these multinational companies to protect their land, So they started a movement. The movement is basically termed as MOSOP, nothing but Movement for the Survival of the Ogoni people by Kensara Vivo. Okay. Next one, as a result of this protest movements or struggles that led by Kensara Vivo, finally the movement was so effective that by 1993 the oil companies had to pull out of Ogoni. But Kensara Vivo, sorry. As a result of this movement in 1993, all the oil companies are pulled out of Ogoni. Okay, and one problem occurred there for Ken Sauraviva. Nothing but Sauraviva paid the price for it. The military rulers of Nigeria framed him a murder case. Okay, so created a murder case against Ken Sauraviva. The military government. Okay, so he is the person who led that movement that created problem for the government. So government framed a murder case against Kensaro Viva. Okay, the military rulers of Nigeria framed him in a murder case, and the military tribunal in the sense here, the military court, military tribunal sentenced him to death. Clear the punishment. Then Sara Viva said that the military rulers were doing this at the behest of Shell. So why the military rulers did it? To protect the company called Shell. Okay. International, it's an MNC, multinational company related with oil exploitation. Basically, we'll use them exploitation, right? But they are exploring, okay, and selling that. Okay, a huge multinational company. The total asset of the Shell is more than the budget of number of African countries. So that was big company it is. Okay, impossible to fight against. Okay, but Sauraviva did it. As a result of that, he loses his life. The multinational oil company that had to withdraw from Ogoni region, human rights organization all over the world protested against the trial, okay, and appealed for his release. Ignoring this worldwide protest, the Nigerian rulers executed Ken Saro-Wiwa in the year 1995. So worldwide protest against the Nigerian rulers, okay, but they did it. They executed Ken Saro-Wiwa in the year 1995. So Ken Saro-Wiwa is a symbol against exploitation of resources. Not just exploitation, but overutilization of resources. Clear? They are polluted the environment. They polluted the circumstance. A particular place called Ogoni. The people, they forced to move from their own land to some other region. Clear or not? So all this activity of the company called Shell that created a lot of problem in that locality, and even the government, the military government supported them, okay, related with the bribery and corruption. Finally, Ken Saro-Wiwa, he became a successful person to push away this company from Ogoni, Shell from Ogoni. But the military rulers, they framed a murder case and executed Ken Saro-Wiwa in the year 1995. Question will be there. Write a short note on Ken Saro-Wiwa. Ken Saro-Wiwa. Okay, so bribery, scams, that will lead to trouble for the people those are living in different regions in the world. Okay, so the government is telling, okay, government is always speaking that it is for the development, it is for the well-being of the people. Okay, and today we are able to read a number of newses from New Delhi, our state capital, right? State capital sense of the capital of our country, right? Okay, so what is going on there? We know that the farmers striking there, farmers protest movement. So can we connect that farmers struggle with the life of Ken Saro-Wiwa? Okay, just observe. Okay, I will ask tomorrow. Okay, next one, environmentalism. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Environmentalism. Okay, so you must have often heard terms like pollution, waste management, sustainable development, protection of endangered species, and global warming. These are the buzzwords of the environmental movement, which works to protect natural resources and ecosystem. Okay, so to want to protect the environment, that's what the terms here. Envy. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, environmentalism. Okay, so we are coming back to that particular situation here to protect the environment. That's what the main aspect here. Okay, so the people, they are fighting to protect our surrounding, protect our environment. Okay, the roots of environmentalism can be traced back to the 19th century revolt against industrialization. So, hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, thank you. Okay, so this creating a problem for the people. What is that basically? Industrialization. Industrialization. So what is this industrialization? Industrialization. Okay, so industrial revolution basically that started in Britain, UK, United Kingdom. Basically, we can say that started from the year 1715. Since 1750, industrialization started, right? Basically, we can say industrial revolution. Okay, so basically that replaced by machines in UK. And this activity, this industrial revolution, that spread to different part of the world, different part of the world. First, different part of Europe, different part of Europe. So production increased, production increased. Okay, clear. So the capitalist people, the owners of the company, they know that if they are producing more and more goods, they are able to create more profit. They are able to create more profit. So what they did, you know? Okay, they started using machines instead of human power. Human power. So production increased. Production increased. So production increased. As a result of that, they started using more and more resources. More and more resources. So if we want to use more resources, we know that we want to exploit the nature. So industrialization made a problem for the environment. Okay, so industrialization that created the trouble. Okay, so more and more resources, so people started utilizing the resources. Basically, this big company started utilizing the resources that created a huge problem for the environment. Okay, here today, the environmental movement have become a worldwide phenomenon with thousands of non-governmental groups and even some green political parties. Okay, environmental movements are supported by green political parties in the sense nothing but the group of people, the organization with a vision to protect the environment, Clear? Can you follow? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What did that sound? Hello? Hello?
Sir,
Okay, Amalraj, Elvina, Ashirya, please turn on your cameras. Okay, fine. So that's what industrialization. So these big companies or industries, they started using a number of different types of resources to improve the production and increase the profit. Increase the profit. Okay, clear. And that created a problem for the environment. Okay, now number of green political parties or the organization with the vision to protect the environment participated with a number of environmental groups to protect the earth from pollution. So basically we can say such kind of organization like the Greenpeace movement. Right on. The Greenpeace movement, underline here. Okay, it's a worldwide fund. And India, we have the Chipko movement. So Greenpeace movement is a worldwide, worldwide movement to protect the wildlife. Okay. The same time, we are able to find a particular movement in India termed as the Chipko movement. Chipko movement. That also an environmental program to protect the forests. Protect the forest. That's in Himachal Pradesh. Okay, basically in the Himalayan region, the Chipko movement. Coming to southern India, like that, one more movement is there, basically termed as the Apico movement in Karnataka. Apico movement. Write down Apico movement. AAPICO. Apico movement. Okay, that's in Karnataka. Started in Karnataka. The main aim is to protect the forests. Okay. Such groups try to pressurize governments to modify their industrial and development policies in the light of environmental goals. Okay. So that's it. Okay. So two questions are there. I already told you that. Write it. Next one. Assessing development. Assessing development. So we know that most of the countries today, they are trying to achieve development. We know that they are coming forward with the different development programs and plans there. The same time we discussed about how to criticize these development programs. Criticisms are there on the basis of economics, funds, and on the basis of social life of the people, right? And on the basis of environment, right? This kind of criticisms also are existing. Okay, but finally we are going to assess how these plans are helpful for the development of different countries. Okay, it could not, of course, be said that development has had only negative effects for the world. Some countries have had some success in increasing their rate of economic growth and even in reducing poverty. But overall, inequalities have not been seriously reduced, and poverty continues to be a problem in the developing world. As we saw earlier, it was assumed that the benefits of growth would trickle down the poorest and underprivileged sections of the society and thereby raise the standards of living of all. However, the world over, the gap between the rich and the poor has been widening. A country may have high rates of growth, but that doesn't necessarily translate into a fair distribution of its benefits. When economic growth and redistribution do not go together, the benefits are likely to be cornered by those who are already privileged. Okay, so number of countries are coming forward with the different developmental programs and plans. Okay, but seriously, we can say that all these programs is basically giving importance for the development of the rich people. Okay, the poor sections of the society are receiving very low level of development or a low level of benefit from these programs and plans by the government. Okay, economical programs and plans by the government. So almost all the government says they are trying to achieve the development, but troubles are there. Troubles are there. So if we are observing so easily, we are able to understand that the poor people still remaining as poor. Clear or not? So they are not able to enjoy the benefits of this kind of development because of a number of different political situations. Even we can say that the bribery, corruption, all such kind of things also creating trouble for the development of the people in these countries. I mean the poor people in the developing countries. Okay. Next one, it is now increasingly being recognized that there is a need to adopt a broader notion of development, a broader notion of development. From beginning, I asked a question to you people. What is your notion of development? Your notion of development. Okay, if you are the administrator of the country, okay, what steps you will take to improve the development of your own country? That is a question. Okay, so it is not that easy to take a decision related with the development because controversies are there. Clear? If you want to adopt any particular plan or program, first of all, we want to think about that. How much or the percentage of success related with that particular program. Okay. So an excessive focus on economic growth has not only given rise to a wide range of problems, but even economic growth has not always been satisfactory. Hence, development is now being viewed in broader terms as a process which should improve the quality of life of all the people. Okay, so the first and foremost important, it is nothing but plans should be, okay, we want to adopt the plans. It is necessary for the development, but the plans want to give importance for the rich, the same time for the poor also. Okay, so not only for the development of the rich people, but the poor people also want to enjoy the benefits of these plans and programs. I mean, developmental plans and programs. Okay, if development is understood as process which aim to improve the quality of life of the people, it could be argued that measuring the rate of economic growth alone would be an inadequate and at times misleading indicator of development. There is now a search for alternative ways of measuring development. Okay. One such attempt is the Human Development Report, basically by UNDP, United Nations Development Program, and its report is basically termed as HDI, Human Development Index. Human Development Index. Okay, here there's a now search for alternative ways of measuring development. So development is not only the development of a section of people in the society, but everyone want to develop. Everyone want to develop. So for that, number of criterions are there, or criteria are there basically using by the UNDP, I mean United Nations Development Program, and every year they will produce a particular report is basically termed as the HDI, Human Development Index. Human Development Index. Not only the capital, I mean per capita development, but people want to develop related with the healthcare, related with the education, related with the education. Okay, so that's what the UNDP trying to find out the development of different countries by using different criterions. Okay, there is now a search for alternative ways of measuring development. One such attempt is the Human Development Report, which is annually bought out by the United Nations Development Program UNDP. This report ranks countries on the basis of their performance in social indicators. So the word is important. What the term social indicators? What are the social indicators? Some things are there. If you're observing the growth rate of that particular things, we are able to understand that the development of the society, like literacy rate, net attendance rate, infant mortality rate, mother's mortality rate. Clear? The sex ratio. Okay, if you're observing these things, easily we are able to find out the development of that particular country or a particular state. Easily we are able to find out. Clear? So that's what in almost all the newspaper we are able to find that Kerala number one. Kerala number one. On what ground it is? Not in per capita income. Not in a per capita income. If it is on the basis of per capita income, the first state in India it is not Kerala but Maharashtra. Clear or not? Its per capita income is too high comparing with any other state in India. Any other state in India. So it is Kerala, we are saying, or the government of India, or the UNDP giving a certificate that Kerala is number one related with the social indicators, a literacy rate, healthcare facilities, including the maternity rate, okay, infant mortality rate, mother's mortality rate, life expectancy of the people. Okay, these categories. Next one, related with education. Already told you that. What is that? Literacy rate, net attendance rate. Literacy rate and net attendance rate. Okay. Enrollment rates. Like that, various measures are there, basically considering as the social indicators to consider or to find out whether a country or a state is developed or not. Developed or not. According to this conception, development should be a process which allows more and more people to make meaningful choice, and the precondition for this is fulfillment of basic needs like food. So first of all, not money, but basic amenities are there that want to fulfill. What are the basic amenities or necessities for the people? It is food, education, health, and shelter. Food, education, health, and shelter. This is called the basic needs approach. Popular slogans like roti, kapda, or makan. Clear or not? Roti, kapda, or makan. That's what. Food, cloth, shelter. Garibi hatao. Okay. Push poverty away. Bijli, sadak, pani. Okay. Bijli, sadak, pani. Bijli means electricity. Sadak, roads. Pani, water. Okay. Convey the sentiment that without the fulfillment of basic needs. Okay. So these basic needs are necessary to lead a good life in the society there. So these are the things basically needed for development. First of all, one degree importance for the basic amenities. Convey the sentiment that without the fulfillment of basic needs, it is impossible for an individual to live a dignified life and pursue her desires. So first of all, a person want to achieve these basic needs there. What are they? Roti, kapda, or makan. Okay, bijli, sadak, and pani. Okay, so want to lead a life without poverty. Such kind of things we want to meet first. Then we are able to think about other things there. Okay, so freedom from want or deprivation is the key to effective exercising one's choice and pursuing one's desires. In this view, if people die of starvation or cold due to lack of food and shelter, or if children are working instead of being in school, this is indicative of state under development. Okay, clear or not? If you find the people die of starvation, okay, or cold due to lack of food and shelter, or children in that locality they are working instead of being in school, that time we can say that it is a state of underdevelopment. State of underdevelopment, not at all not developed. Okay, now tell me, what about the condition of our country? It's a question for you people. Is that developed, underdeveloped, developing? There is no chance to development. Hmm? Tell me. Come on, Mr. Amal Raj. What is your opinion? It will develop or not?
So to develop.
Fast.
So it's a
So what is your
developing
answer?
country.
All the people in our country is enjoying food. At least one square meals are there for them. Many are there, right? Living in under utter poverty. Clear. Tell me, Aishwarya, is that possible? Development in the nearest future. So today's newspaper, one report is there. The report is nothing but by 2030, we will become the fifth largest economy in the world. And we will beat number of other countries today existing as developed countries, it seems. Okay, can you agree with that?
If the
By
government
2030.
will go on hand in hand,
Again 10
it
more years.
can be achieved.
Huh? What is that, Surya? What is
If the
that?
people and the
Can hear
government
properly.
go,
Hello?
if the people and the government go hand in hand, it can be achieved.
Can't hear. Okay. Elvina?
Developing country.
Still problem is there. Sorry, I can't hear you. Okay, so we will discuss in the next class. Next class. Okay. So that's in board number 10, I think. That is by 4 o'clock. We'll discuss that. Anyway, come back to the textbook. Okay, so the ideas what we discussed in this class, discussed about Mr. Kensar Raviva. Okay, and the protest movements that led by Kensar Raviva. Next one, environmentalism. Okay, the importance of protecting the environment. Clear. So what is industrialization? How industrialization created problem for the society and for the environment. Okay, different movements like NGO organization, non-governmental organization, that is the Greenpeace movement. Greenpeace movement. Next one, it is the Chipko movement. I already told you to write about the Apico movement in the South India. Apico movement in South India. Okay, next one we discussed about how can we assess development, not only per capita income, but number of other indicators are there. If you are observing, so we are able to find one country or one state is developed or not. Okay, basically that connected with food, shelter, and education, healthcare, like basic amenities, clear or not? If you're observing these amenities are enjoying by the people, okay, we can say that that country or that state is developed, is a developed. Okay, fine. Next one, we discussed about UNDP and HDI. UNDP and HDI. Okay, United Nations Development Program and its report. Okay, Human Development Report by HDI, Human Development Index. Human Development Index. So they are basically using these social indicators to find out whether a country or a state is developed or not. Okay, so related with India, already we discussed about the different slogans that rose by the governments or different political parties against the government. Okay, what are they? First of all, want to give importance for the development of basic amenities. What are they? Food, education, health, and shelter. Food, education, health, and shelter. Okay, so basically this is basically termed as the basic needs approach. Basic needs approach. The question is there, what do you mean by the term basic needs approach? So politicians or political parties, they will give the primary importance to the basic amenities or basic needs like food, education, health, shelter, health and shelter. Okay, clear. This is basically termed as the basic need approach. There are a number of slogans are there that is related with this basic need approach. That is roti, kapda or makan, garibi hatao. Okay, bijli, sadak, pani. Okay, examples. Okay, and these slogans are always important related with the basic needs approach. So all these things are basically conveying a message. What is that? First of all, we want to develop the people, improve the health care of the people. I mean, health of the people. Okay, provide education for the people, and to try to eliminate the problem of unemployment from the society or poverty from the society. Emancipation of women, like that various programs. That's what the primary importance. Okay, basically termed as social infrastructure. The beginning of the class, I told that there are two types of infrastructures are there. Okay, both are necessary for the development. One is the social infrastructure, other is the economic infrastructure. Economic infrastructure. So social infrastructure is nothing but what is that? Healthcare and education. So finally, we reached there the importance of education and healthcare. Okay, next one, economic. What you can say? Developments or economic infrastructure. So you can see here, Bijli Sadak and Pani. Okay, in which Bijli and Sadaka, that is economical indicators, right? Energy and road. Okay, economic infrastructure. Economic infrastructure. That basic things. They are the basic things for the development of the agriculture, for the development of the industries. We want that also. We want that also. Pani. Okay, related with the basic amenity, pani is a part of the food there, right or not? It is necessary. And for farmers also pani is necessary. Water is necessary, right? Irrigation. That's what the importance of the slogan. Bijli, Sadak, and Pani. Okay, clear. So I hope these ideas are clear for you people, right? Okay, can we move for the next one? Next topic, 10.4, alternative conceptions of development. Okay, in the preceding sections, We discussed some of the limitations of the model of development. So far, what we discussed here, the limitations of development programs there. So, no development program is 100% successful, and it is 100% positive. Okay, related with each and every development plan, we are able to find different controversies, different opinions. Okay, in the case of the express highway in Kerala, I told you that. What is that? What is that controversy there? What is the controversy? So that's the time of the UDF government before 15 years, sorry, 10 years, I think so. Okay, time of a UDF government. Okay, anyway, no need to repeat that, right? Okay, so you know that. So that such kind of controversies are there related with each and every development plans there. So far we discussed about the negative aspects of these development plans. Now we are going to discuss about the positive one. Okay, is my voice is clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Ah, yes. Okay, only I can see your expressions there. From that expression, I can know that my voice is clear. Okay, fine. So listen, that may be the loose connection here. Let me check it. Hello? Okay, fine. So there have been huge costs, both the human and environmental, of development policies, and the cost of benefits of development have been unequally distributed among people. Further, the strategies of development adopted in most countries have been top down, that is, the selection of development priorities and the strategies and the actual implementation of projects were all generally decided by the higher levels of the political leadership and bureaucracy. Okay, clear? Clear? Nothing clear, right or not? Okay, we will discuss that. Don't worry, I just read it. Okay, so next one. There was often little consultation with the people whose lives would be most immediately affected by development projects. Neither was their experience and the knowledge acquired over centuries utilized, nor were their interests taken into account. This was as true of democratic countries as of dictatorial ones. Development thus became a process decided and implemented by the ruling sections in the country, who have also often been the major beneficiaries of the development projects. Nothing but, okay, if one government wanted to move forward with any plans and programs, or any developmental plans and programs, first of all, the government want to consult with the people. Yes or no? Are you agreeing with that? Government want to consult with the people, right or not? Of course, in a democratic government, it is compulsory and necessary. Okay, the government wanted to discuss with the people and want to allow the people to participate in the decision making. So the experience of the people will help the government to take decision. Okay, but in most of the cases we are unable to see such kind of decisions there, right? Or such kind of discussions there. Okay, only a group of top level leaders of the political parties or bureaucrats or the officers, they will take the decisions. They will take decisions, and their decisions sometimes may not give a proper development for the people. The same time, it will create troubles there. Okay, that we will discuss in the next class. Anyway, thank you very much. We'll meet in the next class.